Nagpur, where a curfew has now been imposed in multiple areas of Nagpur city under Section 163 of the Bharatiya Nagarik Suraksha Sanhita, all following tensions over the demand to remove Aurangzeb's grave. Now, according to official order issued by the Nagpur Police Commissioner, Ravindra Kumar Singhal, the restrictions will remain in place until further notice. More than 50 people, meanwhile, have been taken into custody, whilst 5 FIRs have been registered. Mr. Devendra Fadnavis, the Chief Minister of Maharashtra, speaking in the Assembly, said that the violent incident and riots seem to be pre-planned as mob targeted specific houses and establishment.
नागपुर के महल इलाके में जिस प्रकार से तनाव की स्थिति निर्माण हुई, ये बहुत ही निंदनीय है। जिस प्रकार से कुछ लोगों ने पत्थरबाजी की है, पुलिस पर भी पत्थर फेंके हैं, ये बिल्कुल गलत है। मैं स्वयं इन सारी घटनाओं पर नजर रखकर हूँ। मैंने पुलिस कमिश्नर को ये कहा है कि कानून व्यवस्था बनाने के लिए जो भी कड़े से कड़े कदम उठाने की आवश्यकता हो वो उठाए जाए और शांति को बनाया जाए। अगर कोई दंगा करता है, कोई पुलिस पर पत्थर फेंकता है, कोई समाज में तनाव निर्माण करता है, तो ऐसे सभी लोगों के ऊपर कड़ी से कड़ी कार्रवाई की जाए। और मैं सभी को अपील करता हूं कि नागपुर एक बहुत ही शांति प्रिय इस प्रकार की नगरी है। यहाँ की शांति भंग न हो, इस प्रकार से सभी लोगों ने व्यवहार और बर्ताव करना चाहिए। और कोई भी अगर इस प्रकार से तनाव निर्माण करने का प्रयास करेगा तो उसके ऊपर बहुत कड़ी कार्रवाई की जाएगी।
Now, the police have been authorized to close roads in affected areas to maintain law and order. Anyone violating the curfew remains punishable under Sections 223 of the Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita. Around 200 to 250 members of the Vishwa Hindu Parishad and Bajrang Dal gathered near the Shivaji Maharaj statue in Mahal to support demolition of Aurangzeb's grave. According to police, tensions escalated when the rumor of burning the holy book of the Muslim community during the protests spread in the area. The videos of the Bajrang Dal demonstration went viral, leading to outrage and dispute between the two communities. Bajrang Dal said that they did not burn any holy book, but only the effigy of Aurangzeb. Meanwhile, opposition Congress hit out over the handling of law and order situation in the state.
नागपुर में मुख्यमंत्री महाराष्ट्र के गृह क्षेत्र में दंगा भड़का और नागपुर के इतिहास में 300 साल के इतिहास में कभी हिंदू मुस्लिम दंगा वहां नहीं हुआ। ये आज जहां भारतीय जनता पार्टी केंद्र में भी है, राज्य में भी है, आखिर क्या कारण है कि ऐसा दंगा भड़का? पिछले कई दिनों से बीजेपी और उससे जुड़े हुए लोग और संगठन औरंगजेब की कब्र को एक मुद्दा बना रहे थे। औरंगजेब का इतिहास 300 साल पुराना इतिहास है। आज उसको एक विवाद का जरिया बनाना किसको सूट करता है, किसका उससे हित होता है, ये हमें सबको सोचना होगा। बजरंग दल और विश्व हिंदू परिषद ने एक प्रोटेस्ट की घोषणा की थी इसी मुद्दे को लेकर। क्या व्यवस्था थी कि कानून न टूटे, शांति न भंग हो, ये सवाल पूछना बनता है। नागपुर की जनता से हम सब अपील करते हैं कि आप शांति और अमन बनाए रखें। इस तरह की राजनीति जो विवाद पैदा करती है, इसका शिकार न बने, क्योंकि इससे आपका कोई लाभ नहीं होना। लाभ जिनका होना है वो सत्ता में रहने वाले लोग हैं, उन्हीं का लाभ होना है, आपका नहीं होना। इसलिए विवाद न पैदा करें। और नागपुर का 300 साल का एक स्वर्णिम इतिहास है, भाईचारे का इतिहास है, उस इतिहास को बनाए रखें।
Well, Deputy Chief Minister of the state, Eknath Shinde, he was also of the opinion that the entire conspiracy was pre-planned, premeditated. Listen in to what Eknath Shinde had to say.
में जो दुर्घटना हुई है बहुत ही दुर्भाग्यपूर्ण है। जो आगजनी हुई है, जहाँ पर कई लोग 2-4 हज़ार लोग इकट्ठा होकर जो समाज कंटक थे, उन्होंने कई घरों को वहाँ पर मोमिनपुरा है, महाल एरिया है, चिटनीस पार्क है, यहाँ पर इकट्ठा होकर लोगों के घरों को लक्ष्य कर दिया, टारगेट कर दिया, पथराव किया, आगजनी कर दी, वहाँ की गाड़ियाँ जलाई और एक ऐसे जगह पर उनकी गाड़ियाँ 100-150 पार्क होती थी। वहाँ मोमिनपुरा में एक भी गाड़ी खड़ी नहीं की। इसका मतलब ये होता है कि ये पूर्व नियोजित साजिश थी क्या, इसकी भी पुलिस तफ्तीश कर रही है। पुलिस के ऊपर, ये तो लोगों के ऊपर हमला किया ही, लोग तो बाल बाल बचे, पुलिस आ गई, फायर ब्रिगेड आ गई, उनकी गाड़ियों को भी लक्ष्य कर दिया, उनको भी टारगेट किया। इसमें 4 डीसीपी लेवल के अधिकारी घायल है, उनको पत्थरबाजी कर दी, उनके ऊपर हथियार से हमला किया है। 30 पुलिस कर्मचारी घायल है। पुलिस जो कानून व्यवस्था बनाए रखने का काम करती है, पुलिस शांति और अमन बनाने का काम करती है, उनके ऊपर हमला करना, इसका मतलब कानून पर हमला करना और कानून को हाथ में लेना है। और इसलिए ऐसे समाज कंटक जो है, ये जो दो समाज में दूरी निर्माण करना, विद्वेष फैलाना, अशांति फैलाना, कम्युनल राइट करना, ये सब सोचकर समझकर जो काम कर रहे हैं समाज कंटक, उनको बिल्कुल बख्शा नहीं जाएगा, उनके ऊपर कड़ी कार्रवाई की जाएगी। स्वयं मुख्यमंत्री बार बार इस घटना का जायजा ले रहे हैं। पुलिस विभाग पूरी तरह इसकी रूट तक जाएगी, इसके पीछे कौन है, क्या राजनीति है, और किसी को भी छोड़ेगी नहीं, कड़ी कार्रवाई करेगी।
अभी सिचुएशन पीसफुल है नागपुर शहर में, और हमने कुछ एरियाज में कर्फ्यू लगाया। लगभग 11 जो हमारे पुलिस स्टेशन हैं जो कि मिक्स लोकेलिटीज़ में है, उसके आसपास हैं, और सिचुएशन अभी कंट्रोल में है और शांतता है।
सर, कितने लोगों को गिरफ्तार किया गया है? रात को कॉम्बिंग ऑपरेशन चलाया था
जी, तो इसमें लगभग 50 से ज़्यादा लोगों को हमने इसमें कस्टडी में लिया है, और इसके अलावा भी जो लोग सीसीटीवी में या फिर वीडियोस में या फिर सोशल मीडिया पे नज़र आ रहे हैं इस तरह की हरकत करते हुए या शांतता को नुकसान पहुंचाते हुए या फिर पब्लिक प्रॉपर्टी को नुकसान पहुंचाते हुए, तो उन लोगों को भी हम आइडेंटिफाई कर रहे हैं और उनके ऊपर कार्रवाई कर रहे हैं।
कई ऐसे आरोप भी लगाए जा रहे हैं कि पुलिस ने थोड़ी मुस्तैदी नहीं दिखाई, समय पर रिस्पॉन्ड नहीं किया, ऐसे भी आरोप तमाम लगे हैं।
देखिए, आरोप लगा रहे होंगे, परंतु आप अगर देखेंगे कि जिस तरह से वहाँ पे हमारी पुलिस थी शुरू से, किसी को कोई नुकसान नहीं हुआ फिजिकली। अगर हम देखते हैं तो इसमें इनफैक्ट पुलिस बिल्कुल आगे थी हर एक उसमें, इसीलिए 33 हमारे पुलिस ऑफिसर्स उसमें इंजर्ड हुए हैं, और पुलिस ने बहुत अच्छे से काम किया, ऐसा मुझे लगता है, मेरा मानना है, क्योंकि ये मिक्स लोकेलिटी है और वहाँ पे कंस्ट्रक्शन का काम चल रहा था, तो उसमें से वहीं से जो पत्थर को उठाया या फिर जो ईंटें जो उठा के यूज़ की गई हैं, वो क्योंकि वहाँ पे रेडिली अवेलेबल थी, इसलिए ये सब देखा गया है।
सर, जो आरोपी है वो नकाब पहनकर थे, उन्हें किस तरीके से आप आइडेंटिफाई करना चुनौती?
देखिए, क्योंकि वो किसी के साथ में थे तो वो दिख रहे हैं, तो वो जो भी इसमें नज़र आ रहे हैं उनके साथ में कौन कौन थे वो सारी चीज़ें, और कुछ एक लोग हैं जो इसमें जिन्होंने अपने चेहरे ढके हुए हैं, तो उनको भी हम लोग आइडेंटिफाई उससे।
Shifting our focus here to the state of Karnataka, where bill in the Legislative Assembly to introduce a 4% reservation for Muslims in public contracts has been passed in the Assembly. The Karnataka Transparency in Public Procurement Amendment Bill 2025 was tabled by Law and Parliamentary Affairs Minister H.K. Patil. Now, just on Friday, the Cabinet had approved an amendment to the KTPP Act, reserving 4% of contracts for Muslims in civil works valued up to Rs 2 crore and goods and services contracts up to Rs 1 crore. And this proposal was announced by Chief Minister Siddaramaiah in the 2025-2026 budget for the state presented on the 7th of March. Currently, Karnataka provides reservations in civil works contracts for SC and STs at 24%, other backward classes category 1 at 4% and OBC category 2A at 15%. There had been demands to include Muslims under category 2B of the OBCs with a 4% reservation. The BJP has called the Karnataka government's move to provide a 4% reservation for Muslims in government contracts an unconstitutional misadventure and vowed to oppose it at all levels, including challenging it in court until it is revoked. The bill presented further amends the KTPP Act 1999 to implement the proposal outlined in this year's budget speech. The bill stated that the proposed legislative measure involves no additional expenditure. My colleague Gautam Shankar joins us live on the broadcast to help us understand, put this story into context. Gautam, the bill has now been passed. Of course, political brinkmanship is going to continue. Appeasement politics, all those jibes and barbs are going to be heard and hurled around. But what does this actually mean for the state's exchequer? What does this mean for the society at large? Muslims getting this 4% additional reservation. How does this help the community?
Yes, Kabir. So earlier in the afternoon today, Minister H.K. Patil did table the bill which provides basically the category 2B as a whole. They will be given reservation for government contracts now. Now, what this means is basically now that it has been passed in the assembly, now it will go to the council, which could happen as earlier as this evening itself. And once this is done, then it goes to the governor, after which it becomes official that basically everyone, everyone, including Muslims, Christians, Sikhs, and others as well, who fall under the category 2B, will be eligible to get government contracts below 2 crore rupees, and also they will get procurement of goods and services below 1 crore rupees. Now, the BJP, like you rightly said, the opposition is mainly that the Congress is engaging in appeasement politics by including category 2B to get government contracts as well. But the Congress's defense is that it's not just the Muslims who are going to get this reservation. It's also the Muslims, it's also the Parsis, it's also all the other communities that come under category 2B. So why are they fighting it so badly? And today in the assembly as well, there was a heated debate going on between the Congress and the BJP regarding this very matter. Now the Congress is claiming that if you really feel that this is against Hindus, and if you feel that we are engaging in appeasement politics, you move the take legal route to challenge this. And that is exactly what the BJP seems to be preparing to do. They are going to explore legal means to overturn the government's attempt to provide this 4% reservation, which they claim is mainly for Muslims, and saying that Sidramaya, being a backward class leader, saying that he's the Ahinda leader, which is an acronym for Dalits, backward classes, and minorities. So that is the kind of debate that we're seeing on this matter right now.
Many thanks, Gautam, because you've helped us understand that this is purely not about Muslims, it's about all the minorities under 2B and that particular list. Now, of course, the law is, this bill is going to take its own due course, but very interesting to see how the BJP is now going to mount this challenge that they're talking about. They're going to challenge it on all levels until it is revoked. Many thanks, Gautam, for all the latest updates. All right, shifting our focus here, the issue of Khalistani extremism. It took stage in the Himachal Pradesh Vidhan Sabha, with the leader of opposition and former chief minister of the state, Ranya Rao, raising concerns. Now take a look at this. Thakur alleged that Khalistan supporters have been waving flags in Himachal Pradesh and violent clashes have erupted when people oppose them. He further claimed that the situation is worsening, with Khalistan stickers and posters now being placed on HRTC buses and Himachal registered vehicles in Punjab. He urged the government to take immediate action on the matter. Listen in to what Jairam Thakur said in the assembly.
ये घटना देवभूमि हिमाचल प्रदेश में जिस प्रकार से घटित हुई है, ये कई तरह के संकेत दे रही है। एक हिमाचल प्रदेश में एक वातावरण और खराब करने की दृष्टि से एक चीज जो घटित हो रही है पिछले कुछ अरसे से मीडिया में भी आपने देखा होगा। हमारे पड़ोसी राज्य के नौजवान हिमाचल प्रदेश में आते हैं, उनका स्वागत है, लेकिन जिस तरह से हुड़दंग यहां पर मचा रहे हैं, जिस तरह से भिंडरावाला का फोटो लगा करके वो अपने वाहनों पर, गाड़ियों पर झंडे लगा करके उनके सम्मान में बातें कह रहे हैं, और जब उनको रोका जा रहा है तो वो कानून व्यवस्था की धज्जियां उड़ा रहे हैं। और ताजा घटना अध्यक्ष महोदय इस प्रकार से घटित हुई अभी हाल ही में हिमाचल प्रदेश की बस, शायद वो मनाली डिपो की बस थी और दिल्ली गई थी, कहां गई थी, लेकिन पंजाब में कहीं रोका गया और उस गाड़ी को तलवारें लेकर के जो है वो गाड़ी के ड्राइवर को गाड़ी रोकने के लिए बाध्य किया गया, और बाध्य करने के साथ साथ में भिंडरावाले के फोटो, जहां मुख्यमंत्री का फोटो लगा है उसके साथ भिंडरावाले का फोटो वहां पर चिपका दिया गया। पूरे सोशल मीडिया में ये चल रहा है। क्या मुख्यमंत्री जिस बात को सुनिश्चित करेंगे कि पंजाब की सरकार के साथ इस विषय को उठाएंगे और उठा करके एक सौहार्दपूर्ण माहौल को बनाने के लिए वहां उनसे अपील करेंगे, और अन्यथा मुझे लगता है कि स्थिति और भी ज्यादा खराब होने वाली है आने वाले समय में।
Well, moving on, Prime Minister Narendra Modi, he's penned down a heartfelt letter to NASA astronaut Sunita Williams. Union Minister Dr. Jitendra Singh shared that letter from Prime Minister Narendra Modi addressed to NASA astronaut Sunita Williams, highlighting the nation's collective concern for her safe return. I quote, "As the world watches with bated breath, this is how PM Narendra Modi expressed his concern for this daughter of India," is what Dr. Jitendra Singh tweeted. Now, in his letter, Prime Minister Modi wrote, and I quote again, "Even though you are thousands of miles away, you remain close to our hearts." He also added that after your return, we are looking forward to seeing you in India. It will be a pleasure for India to host one of its most illustrious daughters. I'll vouch on News9 to bring you all the latest details and a minute-by-minute explanation as to what's happening with the NASA astronauts coming back. But shifting our focus here, because in Karnataka, the Department of Revenue Intelligence is investigating Ranya Rao's travel history for the past 5 years. And now the travel history is being looked into to understand the pattern of gold smuggling, if there is one. And the DRI is tracing all the airports that Ranya Rao, the Sandalwood actress, had visited. Now, this is what the authorities have gathered about her travel history since 2020. Ranya Rao has traveled abroad 90 times since the year 2020. She has traveled from Bengaluru International Airport about 60 times. From Mumbai International Airport, she has traveled about 25 times. She has made 2 trips from Chennai and Hyderabad each, and 1 from Kolkata. And between January 2024 and March 2025, Ranya made another 46 trips. All the 46 trips were from Bengaluru International Airport to DXB Dubai. Most of her trips were on a tourist visa. Now, let's also take a look at her travel history from Bengaluru to Dubai. Ranya Rao would leave from Bengaluru International Airport and return from Dubai within a span of 24 hours. She began this travel pattern on the 28th of July 2023, and so far she has made 51 such trips that last less than 24 hours, all to Dubai and back, like I mentioned, within 24 hours. There is a strong suspicion that each of these trips involved gold smuggling. Her travel history has shifted the direction of the investigation altogether. And now the authorities are also saying that they looked into Ranya's dressing pattern as well while she was on these trips. Officials analyzed her travel dates to understand her dressing pattern. She usually traveled in casual attire whilst departing, but returned wearing jeans and a jacket. Ranya Rao never returned without wearing a jacket. The jackets were custom made by designers. She always wore sunglasses whilst traveling back, paired with jeans and a jacket. And most of the time, she used protocol officers to exit the airport smoothly through those VIP channels, evading detection. Moving on, authorities have now launched an encroachment clearance operation near H.D. Kumaraswamy's farmhouse in Ramanagara district. And this comes a day after the Karnataka High Court questioned the delay in executing eviction orders in a land encroachment case involving the union minister. The court had raised concerns over inaction despite pending cases. The survey covered multiple locations in Bidadi's Kethaga Nahali, including survey numbers 7, 8, 9, 10, 16, 17 and 79. Now officials marked the encroached land with boundary stones and stated that several individuals, including Kumaraswamy, had allegedly encroached on more than 14 acres of government property. HDK claimed he legally purchased that land back in 1984 and has been unfairly scrutinized for decades. He had called the land survey in Ramanagara politically motivated, accusing the Siddaramaiah-led Congress government of targeting the JDS leader. News and updates that we're tracking from Manipur. A 20-year-old Meitei man from Manipur's Imphal West district has gone missing under mysterious circumstances, raising concerns about the state's ongoing strife. The young man left his home in a four-wheeler on Sunday afternoon and has not been since seen. His mother filed a missing report at the Imphal police station, prompting an immediate investigation. CCTV footage has revealed that the man's vehicle was last spotted in Bishnupur district near Chinikon, an area close to the Kuki-dominated Kangpokpi district. The missing individual, a resident of Kaisampat in Imphal West, is now the focus of a coordinated search operation involving multiple security agencies, though no concrete leads have been found yet. Thanojam Maheshwar, General Secretary of the Republican Party of India, has also stepped into the matter. Maheshwar revealed that he met with the DGP to discuss the case and the missing youth is from his locality. The preliminary investigation suggests that his mobile phone was last traced near the Kuki-dominated Jozang Tek area in Kangpokpi district. However, the exact location remains undetermined. Reports indicate that over 30 Meitei youths have gone missing since the ethnic violence erupted in the northeastern state. Moreover, over 250 people have been killed and thousands rendered homeless in the ethnic strife between Imphal Valley-based Meiteis and adjoining hills-based Kuki-Zo groups since May 2023. And take a look at this. India's External Affairs Minister, Dr. S. Jaishankar, in his speech at the Raisina Dialogue 2025, said that on the Kashmir issue, it has shaped understanding of India's global position. He criticized how the Kashmir conflict has been portrayed internationally, stating that when India went to the UN on Kashmir, an invasion was made about a dispute. Jaishankar pointed out that situation in Kashmir has been misrepresented, which has affected how the world views India's sovereignty. He also held several Western countries accountable for their role in this.
Speak of sovereignty and territorial integrity. All of us agree. It's a vital principle. It's the bedrock of global rules. After the Second World War, the longest standing illegal I would say, presence, occupation of a territory by another country pertains to India. What we saw in Kashmir. Now, we went to the UN. What was an invasion was made into a dispute. So, the attacker and the victim were put on par. Who were the culpable parties? UK, Canada, Belgium, Australia, USA. So, pardon me, I have some question marks on that whole order. Now, I can give you many more. We speak today of political interference. When the West goes out into other countries, it's apparently in pursuance of democratic freedoms. When other countries come into the West, it seems to have a very malign intention. So, I think we need, if to have an order, there must be fairness. I agree with you, Dominic, we need a strong UN, but a strong UN requires a fair UN. A strong, a global order must have some, some basic consistency of standards. We have military coups to our east in Myanmar. They are no-no. We have them even more regularly to the west, where. They seem to be okay. So I think it's important to audit the working of the world for the last 8 decades and be honest about it, and to understand today that the balances, the shareholdings in the world have changed. We need a different conversation. We need, frankly, in that sense, a different order.
And whilst we're speaking about the Raisina Dialogue, U.S. Director of National Intelligence Tulsi Gabbard spoke at the Raisina Dialogue in Delhi this morning. She emphasized the importance of global peace for national and international stability. She also highlighted that without peace, security and prosperity, these things are unattainable. Listen in to what Tulsi Gabbard had to say.
So just as President Trump is committed to America first, putting the safety, security, and freedom of the American people at the forefront of his policies and his decisions, Prime Minister Modi is committed to India first. Prime Minister Luxon is committed to New Zealand first. This is the expectation of any leader's commitment to their people, to serve them, to put their interests at the forefront of their decisions. But this should not be misunderstood to mean that America first is America alone. The relationships that we build together are critical to advance our mutual interests. And it's why gatherings like this here at Raisina are so important, because it brings us together here, people from over 120 countries around the world, providing us a platform where heads of state, ministers, directors, leaders in business and nonprofits and strategic think tanks can actually come together in that spirit of aloha for robust dialogue and debate that will help us increase our understanding of one another. It is our shared values that will continue to shape the future of our partnerships and the world. And while we represent our own sovereign nations with unique perspectives and unique interests, by working together honestly, transparently, and strategically, we can ensure a more peaceful, free, secure, and prosperous future for our people and the world.